Hello and welcome to the new episode of the Live at Evolution, and I'm your host, Joey. Today we will have some songs from my own culture, Hong Kong culture, and that is from Handwash.
Hey.
He has been writing songs in the local Canadian context, but then with the stories back in Hong Kong. So we would start with the songs, but then before that, how about we go around and see like, who are you? And then tell us about your background.
Sure. Hi, everybody. I'm Handwash, and today I have my band with me. We've been playing for a few months now. I don't know if they want to say anything at all, but we got like Jason on guitar, we got drums by Gerard, and then like Ray on the keys and YY on the bass.
You do like to work with the people with the same vision like Ray and YY and everyone. So any interesting thing that we can know about like your collaboration together?
The story really is just like us getting along together and like having this moment. I don't know. We're just having fun really, at least at this point. Yeah. And to tie into the song kind of,
the identity maybe, like the identity
we
of Hong
all
Kong
share this
people.
Asian identity. I'm not sure if they all share the same thing, but I'm sure Ray and YY could relate to my song Dong Fong in a way where my song is kind of talking about how being a creative in Hong Kong is very close and tight and not easy compared to my life here in Vancouver, because the mentality there is just different. We're chasing for like a lifestyle that is like paycheck by paycheck, and you're chasing for like money, status, and respect that comes from material. But here, I feel like that the culture in Canada or like the Northern America is more open-minded. The people have their own dreams, and we all chase for different goals. And one of the reasons that Dong Fong or Eastside, the song we're about to perform, is written is me coming here and realizing that how other cultures actually see the Asian culture or like Hong Kong culture specifically. Like you can see like Wu-Tang, like hip hop people, how they like sample Hong Kong old movies and how people appreciate, even like Koreans, they appreciate like the 80s Hong Kong culture, which our Hong Kong people don't appreciate at all. We feel like they are cliche. I mean, of course, there's people that appreciate them like me and other fellow creatives, but I feel like we could appreciate even more of it. And especially throughout the last 2 years, there's more and more just people embracing their identity of being a Hong Konger. And I think that's really beautiful. And this song is kind of like a celebration of that.
Why don't we just jump to Dong Fong right now?
Okay, cool. Yeah. Check. 1, 2. Hand wash in the building. What's up? What's up? Yeah.
我嚟自東方，咪病夫，但我哋思維病入稿房，強自己 can do。When did we go wrong？傳遞燭光，點樣火把幻想變得豐富，斷晒線需要導航，結構需要鞏固，慢慢行定橫衝直撞，睇到屈辱冇地方釋放，如果全部人護航，追求嘅不過係數字喺銀行，點樣 keep it real？我認我大個變得古漢，not my petty shit，攬住每個硬幣野心係咪都要打個折扣？每秒承受換返嚟嘅，要靠關係慘過膽嚟，所以見到人就反胃，將良心關閉望住嘅，唔認得變位，將錯重燒毀，望住山威，將受及大動脈割開，血流到大海，將啲規則刪改，俾啲乜嘢主宰？生存不過係掙扎，點樣保持100？將啲怨氣品格，將壓塔崩塌。當我揸住支咪時，我先開始問下一撇，我嚟自東方稿嗰一息 I just flow on 高檔，亦唔一定係好貨，幫你手當冇嘢好講啊，唔好阻住我掘礦 Yeah 我嚟自攞住支咪就亂咁飛，望咩望啤咩啤，要專注堅毅，唔好亂噏嘢。我 diss raps 可以講真話出嚟，社會過最似教法，不過想搭起啲運呢啦，所以我要揸起士巴拿。你咩都話是叫爛，但到未開始就好煩好難，不如反濫缺乏自省，創作需要時間蛻變好閒。諸戒啦啲壞習慣冇藉口變得懶惰，身邊圍繞住 desire， 為咗專注將自己反鎖，太多 rap 用嚟分散注意力，咁可能你哋揀錯職位，開口埋口兄弟氛圍，用人哋文化。 逃避自身問題。我知道相似嘅比唔同多，不過想再辣着你團火。出世喺香港似係原罪，人鬼亦都檢具八面玲瓏圓滑。而家需要佢哋靈白，我哋係莊家打識佢哋，頂多客席裝飾有成果簽埋嚟，餅二如幾咁豐盛。鏗鏘嘅眾星幫我哋睇得高清嚟自東方高歌一息 I just flow on 高檔，亦唔一定係歐波幫你收檔，冇嘢好講，唔好阻住我掘礦。Yeah， 我嚟自東方高歌一息 I just flow on 高檔，亦唔一定係歐波幫你收檔，冇嘢好講，唔好阻住我掘礦。Yeah， We got Jason on the guitar. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah， 我嚟自東方啊，我嚟自東方呀。Yeah，
This is live at Evolution from Evolution 1079, and that was Dongfang. So it means East Side in English, right? Just to recap for the audience. Okay.
Exactly.
So born and raised in Hong Kong and then moved here, but then in between you stay in Taiwan as well. So how would that affect your way of like creating music, like the creative mentality from the past, in the future, or right now? What would be the journey overall?
I would say the living and moving to Taiwan is like a tipping point of my music, my journey of music. Because I moved there really believing that I could make something out of music in Taiwan. Because there's a very exciting hip hop scene over there, which I like listen to and is influenced by a lot of that. And from there, it's just like I kind of find out that, oh, Chinese and hip hop can be a thing together, and it's actually like economic wise or financial wise making money, and the music is also good. It's not like, at least at the time that when I was like touching with hip hop in Hong Kong was not this, like not the case at all. Like people were like hustling and it's like really hard to make it. The only group that people really know in Hong Kong were like LMF, and they weren't even like that relevant anymore. But now, of course, it's different. But doing my time at Taiwan really changed my perspective of like really believing that music, making Canton hip hop or like Chinese hip hop could be a thing. And kind of tying to the next song, it's this song is really about me realizing that I can write in Cantonese, and me giving me permission that I can write in Cantonese, because there's so much barriers in Hong Kong. Like you can't write in Cantonese because only like Lam Zek can do it, or like whoever can do it, Wang Wenman can do it. Like there's like, yeah.
So just now that to be like legendary writer, songwriter in Hong Kong. So only people back in the days feel like they too can write Cantonese songs, but the people afterwards would not be as good as they are. That's what you're talking about, right?
Yeah, and because we grew up on that. So everyone believed that nobody can make their own songs. But here, everyone in high school probably started a band and played in a band and wrote songs or like poems or paint or whatever. You know.
That is pretty much like talking about the thing that back in Hong Kong, they're very stressed, or like they really frame your creation. Like there will be a lot of like barriers and constraints. Be like, you do not write about that area. You do not write about that content. So going back to the song that we're now going to play. So what's the name of it? What's the story? Or what should we know about it?
It's called Past Controls Future kind of thing. It's a...
What is it in like your native language?
It's a 过去控制现在，过去控制现在.
So that is Cantonese and Mandarin translation.
So I wrote this in Taiwan before I came here, but made the decision that I would come here with a visa. And with that in mind, I'm like, so did I just waste 2 years in Taiwan during COVID doing nothing and like making music? Like, what am I doing? So I started writing this verse in Cantonese, basically saying that like, I've wrote so many songs in Mandarin and English. Why can't I write a song in Cantonese? And this is basically the point that shift me onto this path right here.
So it's rebuilding to your own culture, to your own Hong Kong culture.
To my language, to my mother tongue,
yes,
to Hong Kong, to myself really, because I started making music wanting to write in Cantonese, but never really overcoming that point of like me being good enough or like the music production wise or like my singing skills or whatever. But this is the point that changed my life.
Okay, cool. So let's see what songs actually change your point of life.
All right.
Yeah. Check 1 2 过去控制现在，现在懂了，春夏秋冬同在，跟自己拉扯，在脑海里徘徊是我的幻想。实现我所想的，我不再梦了。过去控制着我现在，现在控制着我的未来。让自己不用见怪，相信燕麦是我先卖，这么简单的道理都可以忘记。Through the wire 不会再放弃。We demand universal suffrage， 用于倡议，他的垂头丧气，拿着麦克风都不再回去。I'm on do me， 话说一通像是节拍空气，还是忍辱负重，在我这里一定说得通。我唱的多大多小，其实干你屁事。我只需要一个真的背后懂我意思，支持我到最后，直到失去意识。当我选择丧气，世界将会给我提示。谁人在背后曾经感到背叛？酸甜苦辣所有味道。Who cares? Mad City, we all felt like K 大都差那一点，脚步加快一点，身体跟上我的鼓点。我去控制现在，现在懂了。春夏秋冬同在，跟自己拉扯，在脑海里徘徊是我的幻想，实现我所想的，我不再夢。由一開始我唔知要講咩。而家兜咗成個圈，終於再返到嚟呢度，寫英文寫普通話，但未寫過廣東話。從來唔覺得有主唱優勢，一切原始我太過 emo， 我冇相信過會有奇蹟，但而家已經實現由黑白變到有顏色，用咗1年又1年踢走晒啲味精，經歷過一次又一次嘅失敗，呢團火從來冇平息，就係唔識得放棄。如果成功要跌落地，企返起身繼續行，豎起耳朵聽陣，點隻成咁？就算覺得得返10蚊個 beat 都仲會繼續 run。而家開始有啲成績唔使求錢，就喺求線。終於畢業啲 rap 好似1月成籤，接受唔同嘅角度，一視野廣闊，好似光合作用大。過去控制現在，現在懂了。春夏秋冬同在，跟自己拉扯，在腦海裡徘徊是我的幻想。實現我所想的，我不再夢了。我去控制現在，現在懂了。春夏秋冬都在跟自己拉扯，在腦海裡徘徊是我的幻想，實現我所想的，我不再夢了。We got Raymond Choi on the keys. Evolution 107.9. Yeah, I said 过去控制现在 I said 过去控制现在 yeah.
This is live at Evolution from Evolution 1079, and that is 过去控制現在. So literally it means the past controlled the present, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a song with Cantonese and Mandarin. And that basically outline your changing point of like your career life. So just now you talk about you moved to Vancouver during COVID. How would that be the thing to like? I believe it would make it a lot harder, right? So how is it like?
Yeah, kind of, but not really. I was just stuck at home for a long while, so I get to make a lot of songs, and I got to like start releasing music once COVID is kind of over. So it was kind of good for me, at least. I know it's probably very bad for a lot of people. Maybe should we ask our band a few questions? Maybe.
Okay, so hi, this is Ray, and I'm glad to be here, like to be in Vancouver. I mean, I met handwash in like Hong Konger event, so technically I met him, and I think he's a very good musician that bringing us all together. I mean, he encouraged me a lot. I mean, actually, I should just talk about my personal experience. Like back to the days in Hong Kong, I also wrote my own music, but I just felt like in Hong Kong that's too pressured, and I don't really have time to like work on my own music, and I don't have that courage to do my own music. Because I mean, just like Hamish was just mentioned, I mean, the standard is so high, and everyone like to have setting high standard for their own music. But I feel like in here, Vancouver, there's more like diversity and people are more tolerate and like they're open to new music. So I'm here and I start creating my own music. Was handwash and also was on my own. Yeah. So I'm really glad to be here.
What do you release your music on? Like, what's your name on? Like,
okay, so technically my YouTube channel is Homeland Music, but yeah, so my first song is working with handwash, and I've really thanks him to like giving me this opportunity and like the courage to publish my own song. Yeah. So yeah.
Thank you for having me. Go listen to that on Home Music. We'll link it in the below.
Okay.
With like direct. Yeah.
So let's talk about YY, maybe.
Hello, I'm YY. I knew Horn from my fellow friends from Telegram.
Yeah.
This is the first time I play with them. In the past in Hong Kong, I have a band, but after I quit the band, I left Hong Kong. This is the 4th year I left Hong Kong. I didn't go back to Hong Kong about 3 years.
Wow, that's a lot.
Yeah, and in this period, I didn't play my bass, and this is the time I pick it up. Thanks, Hong.
No, you're welcome.
So I believe, did you come here or like come with your family? How did that affect your songwriting?
Interesting. Yeah, for some reason, like, I don't know, my family is not here with me at all, but they are in the UK and they're safe there. Yeah, people ask me a lot about that, but I feel like family is very important to me compared to a lot of like maybe like growing up in Asia, you're probably like surrounded with your family, like almost too tight and like you can't breathe. But for me, I'm again very blessed to have like very understanding parents that would give me freedom to like chase for my dreams or whatever. But one thing I noticed growing up in Hong Kong is that I feel like a lot of men or like boys are not very closely related to their fathers. Their relationships often feel very stiff and not tender compared to like daughters and their mothers, which I find very sad, for the lack of a better word. But so I've been like learning how to communicate better with my father, which I know he truly loves me so much, but he just can't express it with his language. Yeah, so
Where did you record a song or like?
so I made this song called Lo Dao. It's like father in Cantonese, and I made this song in Vancouver while I was here, since I've been away from my family for like a few 2 to 3 years for a bit. So I decided to make this song, and after I made the songs, my colleagues suggest me to maybe you should like go visit them since you haven't been seeing them for a while. So I kind of made them like went for a surprise visit to the UK, just telling my brother, although he kind of ruined it the last moment because there was no train or whatever, stuff just happened. But anyway, they were super happy that I went there, and I decided to record this song during my stay in the UK and released it. I'm sure my dad loved it so much, truly, but of course we're still trying to gauge how we communicate. He's like very, I know he feels something, but at the same time he's still kind of, closed.
So it's the song about manhood, about the relationship of you and your father.
Yeah, and like masculinity, and like how embracing that doesn't necessarily means to be a toxic thing.
Good, let's start.
Yeah. Check. Shout out to all the fathers and the sons. 講好多俾我聽，叫我聽得入耳，改我個名，注定我啱咪着字，要有個 plan，唔係可以出事，俾啲呃人用同語氣措辭，教我買雪糕做勇士，教我要做安全措施 ，sipping wine， 唔係好癲，朝早行山行得高啲，明白理想我跳過無謂錯失，唔賴嘢先學識唔好固執，知道飯廳係我哋課室，見我努力仲想課金啊 ，this my life， 而家穩定儲緊貨，邊個阻止唔到我闖禍？呢句你好似都講過，感謝你處生命扶起我，冇放棄我，信我會得。就算我都會將你拉更低，直到揸住咪同筆，唔係為咗威，係太多講唔出嘅愛同關心，令你徘徊客廳擔心幾多晚 ，brush your shoulders off 幾咁閒。每次諗翻起都覺得自己似足你，細佬永遠覺得都係三幅被。你會講再多一陣，你學識點去執行，就唔再聽我講道理。描述得幾好都唔及上我攬一下，細佬叫我一齊整套字，問我咩係一個監字，幾時同你講嘅剩低數字，我唔再去畫畫，你話覺得冇咩好玩定？唔識去表達，知道面子難放下多少係上一代傳落嚟，知道一定有方法，四日裝甲唔代表放棄，不過換個角度去諗，理解我哋都係一種保護，想知道你心入邊諗乜，知道你情感豐富，如果你聽日就離開，唔想留低我哋關係，不過咁上下，所以表達定唔知點開始，後悔冇捉緊當下，呢首歌送俾你，放閃話俾人聽，虎父無犬子，希望我哋學識珍惜，勇敢去愛，唔係小丸子，我只想返屋企，每次諗翻起都覺得自己似足你，細佬永遠覺得都係三幅被。你會講再多一陣，你學識點去執行，就唔再聽我講道理。我只想每次諗翻起都覺得自己似足你，細佬永遠覺得都係三幅被。你會講再多一陣，你學識點去執行，就唔再聽我講道理。Why on the bass? Yeah, 次諗返起都覺得自己似足你，細佬永遠覺得都係三幅被。你會講再多一陣，你學識點去執行，就唔再聽我講道理，只想返屋企。每次諗返起都覺得自己似足你，細佬永遠覺得都係三幅被。你會講再多一陣，你學識點去執行，就唔再聽我講道理。
You're watching and listening to Live at Evolution from Evolution 1079, and that is Lo Tao. It means father.
Yep.
And so again, it's basically about manhood and also bromance. So previously we have covered some part of the social media thing, but then actually we didn't actually look into your name story.
Yeah.
Why don't you go with the story and then also let us know how can we get your music online? And
All right. Okay. My name's handwash and 廣東話 is 手洗. And the name kind of came from I started making music as a producer first. So I wanted to make songs that felt like clothes that you just get and it's so delicate that you have to hand wash them instead of putting them in a machine washer or whatever. But it's this idea of mixing organic or human touch with computer and electronics and that making me who I am. And I guess now I just stuck with it and I'm just using it as my artist name. And I feel like it's been good because people are really freaked out or surprised to think of that as a name and they remember it. So I'm just sticking with it for now at least.
So the listener can actually just look it up at Handwash on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube.
I mean, I tried this morning searching up Handwash on YouTube and it shows me as the first one. I don't know if it will happen to you guys, but if not, just type Handwash Hong Kong or Handwash HK. And my Instagram handle is actually Handwash HK. So it's pretty easy.
What about any other social platform that we should look into, your teaching class maybe? For Jared?
My Instagram is Jared Pinecone.
Yeah, we can write it out later on. If you would like.
My name is Jason. And I play, as you know, I play in several bands. Tabis. And actually, I'm in a band called Dano as well. And we are starting new jazz band, fusion, fusion, jazz, something like that. And I'm also doing with another band with Jared, and he is we are doing a Korean traditional, as he said, and fusion also.
Yeah,
because I have a jazz background, and then
rising Asian power.
Yeah, I was thinking if I jazz music and then some other music like hip hop as well, and then Tabis for funk or pop music, and then Korean
very all-rounded players here.
Yeah, this is a really great opportunity and great times doing with a lot of things, many things. Yeah, it's just so fun. Yeah.
Thank you.
It's interesting to see how the band multinational bands to work together. And it's because if you're listening to the episode right now, do go to the YouTube down because they are the first band ever that I see they have so much interaction during the show. Because back in the days, singer is the singer. They hug each other during the show. So if you want to see how do they react or interact, do go to the YouTube channel and see the real video other than just listening to the thing. And thank you for coming again.
Thank you for Evolution.
This is fun. And pretty much this is Live at Evolution for this one. Be kind and take care of each other and see you next time.